We're here with head coach Terry Horan as he prepares for the second half of this season. It's hard to believe that the first 5 games have already rolled by. You're 3-2 coming off a great win at Gustavus. It's always a tough place to play. Then you throw in the homecoming festivities, makes it even more difficult. You guys did great. You came right out of the gate, scored on your first 2 possessions. Talk about how you guys were able to do that, but also the importance of getting off to a quick start in a game like that.
Yeah, first of all, where did the half of the season go? I mean, it's 85 degrees out, and we're sitting in the second half. We'll take that any year, but it just tells you how fast things go, and you got to really enjoy it while you're in it because it does go fast. But yeah, I was proud of our kids. You know, you go down to Gustavus, always a tough place to play. It's homecoming, a lot of the festivities. The game's not starting on normal time. You know, after the national anthem, they have a flyby, and you know, so we don't get the kickoff till about 1:40. But really proud of our kids. They really felt relaxed. And, you know, they're, you know, I'm a good judge on body language and if teams are ready. And I really felt we were ready. And I felt it in my gut walking through, seeing our kids warming up and how relaxed they were on the field, and it showed right away. But you know, we ended up getting the ball. We went right down the field. We put up 6 points. We had a bobbled snap, so it was 6-0. Gustavus goes on a drive. They go all the way down inside the red zone. We stop them. They kick a field goal. They hit the upright. We get the ball back. A few plays later, we hit Gilson on a broken play. We're up 14-0 after we get the 2-point conversion. So it was just, it's exactly how you textbook, how you write it. And so getting out of the gates early was really important for us, and it always is when you go on the road. But really pleased on how the kids have been performing on that front, and we kept it going. We really did. It was a good win.
One of the keys for the game on Saturday was the play of quarterback Michael Dunham. 2 road games, he hasn't thrown an interception. Talk a little bit about his play on the last couple of weeks and how he's starting to come on. He's starting to reach towards that milestone of breaking the school record for passing yards and passing completion. It's a great story about Michael Dunham.
No question about it. He's probably 600 yards away from being the all-time leading passer, and he was red hot, and you could just see it in warm-ups. He was on a different role, and you know, he's a bright kid, smart quarterback, good solid leader, and he was just getting the ball into playmakers' hands and making good decisions, and he was into it. He was really into it, and we're certainly hoping that's the case on Saturday too. But yeah, he makes us roll, that's for sure. But he had a great day, and he gets better every week, and that's a good sign.
Final thing we'll touch on for about Gustavus is the turnovers. You guys forced 4 turnovers, did not turn the ball over. You guys will right now lead the league in turnover ratio. You're +6.
You know, it's a stat that we always look at. You know, we talk about it. We have a turnover Tuesday in practice where we focus on it defensively. I mean, Gustavus moved the ball on us. I mean, we didn't stop them altogether every series, but they get into the red zone a few times. They turned the ball over, and a lot of it was just, you know, good hits by our guys, stripping balls, making picks, and just finding a way to get off the field and get our offense on the field. And so I was proud of our kids. You know, we bent a little bit, but we didn't break, and we made plays when we needed to make plays, and that's a sign of a good football team.
Let's turn our attention ahead to Carleton. Once again, you're on the road. You kind of like it on the road. You're 2-0 so far this year. They kind of give you a little different look. They come out of the gates red hot, outscoring their opponents 55-7. Have only given up 7 points in the first half. You guys got to start quick. I would imagine that's going to be one of the keys on Saturday.
Well, it's something we talk about all the time, especially when you're on the road. And in Carleton, you know, it's a long trip for us, but you know, we know it's going to be an enjoyable trip, just getting our guys together again and being focused. But it's always a tough place to play, and Kurt Ramler has done a fantastic job with that program since he's been there, and they are coached up really well. You can see that. Yeah, it's kind of the tale of 2 halves with Carleton, but I can tell you this, every game that they've played, they've been competing, and they're right there. I mean, they're up on undefeated Augsburg last week, 14-0 at halftime. And again, like we said, they've only given up 7 points in the first half, and that was in the second quarter against Bethel. A very good Bethel team that has the majority of their offense back, so these guys certainly are capable of playing high-level football. It's the second half is where things have been getting out of hand a little bit. Last week against Augsburg, they had 4 turnovers, and I know 2 scores came late in that game, but they certainly had an opportunity to win that, and they will be a tough opponent for us.
One of the key areas on Saturday will be in the special teams. Carleton has the top punt returner and the top kickoff returner in the league. And how you guys have been very happy with the way you guys have been covering kicks in the past couple of weeks. A little bit about the special teams and what they'll play on Saturday.
Well, I think every game it's the third of the game, but it's so important with field position, and it, percentages are there with you if you can keep a team from not having these short fields. If you get short fields, those percentages grow pretty good on scoring. So we want to make sure that we're doing our job, we're making our reads, and then going and tackling and being sound fundamentally. And yeah, they've got great return people. They got good kickoff coverage people. Their kickers have been solid, and they do a little bit of everything. So it's certainly been a focus for us this week on what we want to do on that front. But we got to be playing on the top of our game to be having that success for against those guys.
And probably the marquee matchup on Saturday is your offense, second in the league in total offense, against their defense is second in the league in total defense. How do you think things are going to shake out on that front?
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting. Something again has got to give there, and offensively, when we're rolling, we're mixing things up really well and dictating the tempo, and that's something that obviously we want to do. We know that we're going to see a good defense and a team that plays really well at home, and they got a solid defensive scheme, and it's another forefront that we're going to be looking at, and then so. We just got to continue to keep doing what we've been doing and do it at a very high level, because we need to be at that high level on Saturday.
Good luck on Saturday.
Hey, thanks, Jim.